Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with an absolutely splendid set that many of you may have overlooked. And I was listening to it the other day, and I thought to myself, gosh, this is good. Why doesn't anybody talk about it? Well, there's a lot of reasons. It's the complete Tchaikovsky piano concertos and other things with Stephen Hough, the Minnesota Orchestra, and Osmo Vänskä on Hyperion. It's actually volume 50 of the Romantic Piano Concerto series, which is now up into like the 80s or 90s. It's got like a bazillion volumes. We don't know where it's going to go, if it's going to get finished, if it's going to get boxed up, which it should. Oh, I would love to have a huge 90 CD Romantic Piano Concerto box, offered at a reasonable price, of course, with original notes. Sure, fat chance of that. Okay. But here's the point. When this came out as volume 50, what year was it? It was 2009. Recorded live in Orchestra Hall in Minneapolis. Very well recorded, by the way. Stephen Hough was on his way to becoming kind of a phenomenon, but maybe in 2009 he wasn't quite there yet. I don't know. He was always very, very good. His original recordings on Virgin Classics were terrific. He was always a fabulously sensitive artist. But the point is there were a billion recordings of the Tchaikovsky piano concertos, number one particularly. And the others, they're so less paid attention to. Number three is incomplete. It got worked up into the Seventh Symphony, completed by what's-his-name that Eugene Ormandy recorded and a couple other people. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the second piano concerto is this big 40-minute long blowsy thing with this crazy slow movement that's like endless. It's like a piano trio. It has a solo violin and cello in it. And the concerto was chopped up and disfigured by Alexander Silati to make it playable, and everything was chopped in half, and it was cut to shreds, and just incredibly messed up. The actual movement, the Andante non troppo, is about 13 minutes long. It's not terrible, but it's long. It's long after a 20-minute long first movement in a somewhat, let's just say, maybe a bit dysfunctional version of sonata form. It's still beautiful music. It really is. And the finale is terrific. It's fun. I saw it live because Bela Davidovich made a tour with it. It was one of her signature pieces. And so I saw her play it. I saw her play it more than once. And it was very enjoyable. But it's a big, solid work. It actually belongs all by itself on half of a program. And if you can play it with the appropriate amount of gusto and Schwung, as they say in German, it's really quite splendid. And it has plenty of Schwung in this performance. Hough is absolutely excellent. But the real reason I wanted to talk to you about this isn't just the first concerto, which is very, very well done and exciting. And, it's a beautiful performance of that. It's because of this other thing that he wrote. It's called Concert Fantasia in G major, Opus 56. It's 28 minutes long in this performance. That is, it's solid half-hour real piano concerto length. It's in 3 movements, and it's fabulous. I don't get why it never gets played. It's incredibly colorful. It's full of good tunes. It has some really zippy orchestration. There's like a glockenspiel and some other goodies in the percussion section in there. It's as good as unknown. And it just always struck me that if pianists actually paid attention to the available repertoire, and people are always looking for, neglected works by major composers. And boy, is this a candidate. If only he called it a concerto, because he calls it Concert Fantasia. Nobody thinks that it can have any substance or any length, but it's as big a work as any piano concerto by any composer you care to name. In terms of its overall length and its substance. And because it's a fantasia, it's kind of a free-form thing. Tchaikovsky isn't saddled by his, whatever notion of, sonata first movement concerto form is supposed to be. So he's writing just as the spirit takes him. with total spontaneity. And gosh, it's marvelous. It's just a great, great work. And this may be its best performance on disc. It's one of them for sure. It's splendidly well done. If you don't know Tchaikovsky's Concert Fantasia in G major, then I really strongly recommend that you listen to it. You can probably download it separately now that Hyperion's available streaming and online for digital downloads. But you might want to get this whole set, because not only do you get a very, very good first concerto and a superb concert fantasia, but you get the second concerto as Tchaikovsky wrote it, and with the slow movement in the Splendid version, which is half the length of what Tchaikovsky wrote, and you have an edition by Hough, edited by Hough, that sort of, deals with whatever issues he thought needed to be dealt with. It's in the notes, if you really care. But it really is thorough and loving and considerate and smart a presentation of Tchaikovsky's works for piano and orchestra as you're ever going to find. And you also get a couple transcriptions by Hough of Tchaikovsky's Solitude, Opus 73, number 6, and None But the Lonely Heart, Opus 6, number 6, that famous tune, all arranged for piano solo by Stephen Hough himself. It's really a fabulous set. And like so many things that just got tossed out of there at the height of the classical music recording boom madness stuff, it came out, people said, oh, that's nice, and forgot about it. And it's just, we shouldn't be forgetting about these things, but there's too much. How are you going to sort it out? I'm trying. I keep going through all of this stuff that I've heard over the years to try and re-listen and figure out what the cream of the crop is, The cream should rise to the top. Well, this is cream, and it's rising to the top. So go for it and keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.